Good morning, students. I welcome you all to a new class in physics today. Children, if you remember, in the previous class, I taught you the different cases of ray diagrams for concave mirror. Okay, so today I will begin with a quick recap of the different cases of concave, which I have already taught you, children. So I have, for convenience sake, I have drawn the different cases on the board. You can see over here, children. This is case 1. Okay, I discussed one by one. You just have a careful look. Where do you place the object in case 1? It is at infinity. You can see the object is not drawn. It is at infinity. And I am going to use one rule over here, and that is when ray of light moving parallel passes through F. Okay. Now you can see that the rays of light are coming from infinity, and you see that I am following the rule. A ray of light moving parallel to the principal axis passes through principal focus after reflection from the mirror. And so when I take two parallel rays and they are passing through the focus, you can see the image is formed at F. Children, the image is formed at F. Now what are the characteristics of this image? It is real, inverted, diminished to a point, and it is formed at F. So this is case 1, which we have already done. And remember, you have drawn this case with me. Okay. Now we move on to case 2, children. In case 2, the object is at a far away distance. Okay, so again we are not going to show the object. You can see I have used rule 4. That is, a ray of light falling at a particular angle gets reflected back through the same angle. Okay, so I have taken two parallel rays. Object, light is coming from far off distance. So the object is not seen. Ray of light strikes the mirror and gets reflected. And where do the rays meet? They meet at F. So the image is real, inverted, diminished. Diminished means smaller in size, and it is formed at F again. This is case 2. Now have a look at case 3, children. Okay, now what happens in this case, children? I have drawn the mirror, polished it, taken the center point, straight line, principal focus. 2 points F and C at a distance of 2 centimeters each. Okay. Now the object is placed beyond C. Can you see? This is the center of curvature. The object is placed beyond C. Now a ray of light moving parallel passes through F, that is rule 1, and a ray of light passing through C, that is center of curvature, retraces its path. This is rule 3. So I am taking two rules over here, children. Ray of light moving parallel passes through F, and ray of light passing through C retraces its path. You can see that these two rays automatically meet at a point between F and C, and the image is formed there. So what are the characteristics of the image, children? It is real, inverted, and diminished because it is smaller in size than the object. It is smaller in size than the object. It is real, inverted. Inverted means upside down. Okay. So if I have taken the object as AB, the image will be BA because it is an inverted image, children. Okay. And it is formed between F and C. So this is case 3. Now I move to case 4, children. Where is the object placed in case 4? It is placed at C, at the center of curvature. You can see the object is placed at the center of curvature. Now I will again use two rules over here, children. Ray of light moving parallel passes through F is 1. Okay, and ray of light passing through F after striking the mirror becomes parallel. So I am using two rules over here. Rule 1 and rule 2. Ray of light moving parallel passes through F, and ray of light passing through F becomes parallel. Both the rays automatically meet at C only. And what are the characteristics of the image? It is real, it is inverted, and it is of the same size as the object. Okay, and image is formed at C. So just have a careful look at all the 4 cases. Okay, and also compare them. You see, when the object is at infinity, then the image is formed closer. Okay, as and as I move the object closer, the image is moving away. See, here the object was far away, the image was formed at F. Now here when the object is brought closer and closer, where is the image formed? It is moving away from F. It is formed between F and C. And here it is formed at C. So as the object is brought nearer to the mirror, the image is formed, the image is moving away from the mirror. So just imagine and just see all compare these cases. I want you to have a careful look, and after this I move on to case 5 and case 6 for concave mirrors. Okay, so these are the 4 cases on the board for you. Just have a careful look, and now I move to case 5. Okay, so these are the 4 cases. Now I will start with case 5. I am erasing all these cases. I hope you must have compared it. Okay. Now we move on to case 5, which says the object is between C and F. So case 5, object is between F and C. Okay, object is between F and C. Now how do I begin? I take the mirror first. I polish it. You know the rules, children. You already know it. I take the center point P, that is the pole. I draw a straight line. I take 2 points F and C at a distance of 2 centimeters each. Where is the object to be taken? Between. Exactly in between F and C, you will take the object. Again, I am using 2 rules. Ray of light moving parallel passes through F is 1, and ray of light passing through F, children, through F becomes parallel. Okay, be very careful. Don't forget to draw the arrows, otherwise you lose 1 mark. So a ray of light, that is object AB, ray of light moving parallel passes through F, and a ray of light passing through F becomes parallel. Okay, now where are the 2 rays meeting, children? Where are the 2 rays meeting? See for yourself. They are meeting here, that is beyond C. So the image formed, what are the characteristics, children? It is real, image is real, it is inverted, okay, and it is magnified. The image is now magnified because it is bigger in size than the object, and it is formed, where is the image formed, children? It is formed beyond C. So it is formed beyond C. Right? So this is case 5. Just have a careful look, children. Ray of light moving parallel, object is between F and C, exactly in between. Ray of light moving parallel passes through F, rule 1, and ray of light passing through F becomes parallel, rule 2. The 2 rays automatically meet somewhere beyond C. So the image is real, it is inverted, it is magnified because it is bigger in size than the object, and it is formed beyond C. I hope you are drawing the diagrams with me, because that needs a lot of practice, children. So please have a careful look, and then I move on to the next case, and that is case 6, where the object is at C. So please have a careful look and draw this. Do mention the characteristics also below the image. And now we move on to case 6, where the object is placed at F. Okay, children, so case 6, object is at F, at the principal focus. Okay, again, what am I going to do, children? I am going to keep the mirror, I am going to polish it from outside, center point straight line, 2 points F and C, object at F. Right, it is at F. Now you know, children, ray of light moving parallel passes through F. Okay, fine. This is rule 1. And the next one is ray of light passing through C. Children, ray of light passing through C. Move ahead. Strike the mirror. Retraces its path. You can see the rays are almost parallel, but they do meet very far away. So the characteristics of the image formed is real, inverted, okay, highly magnified. You get an image which will be big in size, so it's highly magnified, okay, and it is formed at infinity, children. You cannot see the image in here, okay, it is formed at infinity. So therefore this is the case 6. You can see, again have a look, ray of object is at C, children, at the principal focus. Ray of light moving parallel passes through F is one rule, and ray of light passing through C retraces. They both don't meet, okay, but they will meet very far away. So the image is real, it is inverted, highly magnified, and it is formed at infinity. This is case 6, children. And now we move on to the last case, and that is a special case for concave. You will see why I call it special very soon. Now, in case 6 children, the object is between the pole and the focus. Okay, so now we come to case 7, sorry. We come to case 7. Object is between P and F. P means pole and F means principal focus. I'll draw the mirror. I'll polish it from outside. I'll take the center point, draw a straight line. This is P, sorry, this is F and this is C at a distance of 2 centimeters each. Where am I supposed to take the object? Between P and F. Don't take it right in the center, take it slightly more towards F. Slightly, don't take it exactly in the middle, okay? Now, you can see the object is placed nearest. In this case, it is nearest to the mirror. Ray of light moving parallel passes through F is one rule, and ray of light passing through C after striking the mirror will retrace its path. Now what we'll do, in this case children, we have to produce the rays forward in dotted children. The rays are going to be produced and they will appear to meet children. Very, very important. They will appear to meet anywhere behind the mirror and the image is virtual. So this is a special case. Now you know why I call it a special case. Because till now, in all the cases for concave, the image form was real and inverted. But this is a case when the image formed is virtual and erect. You can see. Okay, where have you placed the object? Between P and F. And you are following rule 1, ray of light moving parallel passes through F. And then you are following rule 3, ray of light passing through C, retraces its path and they appear to meet at anywhere behind the mirror. So the image formed is virtual children. It is virtual, it is erect, it is magnified. Yes, it is magnified definitely because it is bigger in size than the object and it is formed behind. I use the word behind the object. Okay, it is formed behind the object. Here is the object and it is formed behind it. Okay, so this is case 7. Now if I ask you a question over here children, when you compare all the cases for concave, you will notice a particular type of pattern, like starting from case 1 to case 7, the object is very far away in the first case and you can see in case 7 it is very close. So you are bringing the object closer and closer and closer to the mirror. And as the object is brought closer and closer, you will find that the image is moving away and away and away. And finally in the last case, it moves behind the mirror. Right? And in all the cases, you will see that the image is real inverted. Of course, the size of the image will change every time. And then finally you will get in case 7 that the image formed is virtual and erect. So you have to study this. There is a table, there is a summary table in your book children. I want you to have a look at all the cases in that. They have actually compared. That's a good comparison table which shows you how the characteristics of the image varies depending upon the position of the object taken in concave. Okay. Now we move on to convex and let me tell you children, there are only 2 cases in convex mirror. I will be picking up the first case for you children. Just have a look at this. Okay. Right. Now we move on to the first case in convex. So I begin with the ray diagrams for convex mirror. Now again children, remember the pattern followed to draw the diagrams, okay, is the same. I am first going to draw the mirror. I am going to polish the mirror. But can you see the difference? In this I am polishing the mirror from inside. Okay, I take the center point, I draw a straight line, I take 2 points F and C. Yes, at a distance of 2 centimeters each, the same pattern followed. Object is at infinity children, is the first case. Case 1, object is at infinity. Okay, the object is very far away, right? So you can take 2 parallel rays because you cannot show the object, it is coming from infinity. So we are going to follow rule 1. It appears, children, it appears to pass through F and actually diverges out. Right? So this is case 1. You can see I am following rule 1. Ray of light moving parallel appears to pass through F. Actually it diverges out from here. So the image is formed at F, children. And what type of image is formed? Image is virtual. Okay, it is erect. You will say it is diminished to a point. It is diminished to a point. And it is formed, you can see children, where is it formed? It is formed at F. It is formed at F. So this is case 1 for convex. Have a look, draw also. You are supposed to draw it. Have a careful look and see how I have drawn case 1. I want you to draw this. And then we move on to case 2, where I am going to use a convex mirror again. Just have a look. For you I am waiting till you complete your ray diagram. And then I start with case 2 for convex. Yes. Also note down the characteristics of the image. Now I move on to case 2. I move on to case 2, children. Object is placed anywhere. It is not specified. Okay. So we will take case 2 for convex. Object is placed anywhere in front of the mirror. Okay, so the object is not specifically mentioned where it is placed. It is placed anywhere. We'll start. We first take the mirror, polish it from inside, children. Convex, polish it from inside. Take a center point, draw a straight line and take 2 points F and C. Right? At a distance of 2 centimeters each. Where am I going to take the object? Anywhere. So, you know, you can take it at least 1 centimeter maybe, or not more than 1.5. Approximately 1 to 1.5 centimeter behind. Okay? In front I meant to say. So let us suppose the object is AB. Fine? Now I have taken the object anywhere. Now I follow rule 1, ray of light moving parallel. Children, you know that in convex, this outer surface is reflecting. So naturally I am going to take the object in front of the reflecting surface. Okay? Ray of light moving parallel appears to pass through F. This is one rule applied, that a ray of light moving parallel appears to pass through F. And then I am going to use ray of light passing through C, appearing to pass through C, children. Appearing to pass through C, retraces. Children, it may look crooked because I am not using a scale. I want you to use a proper scale. I look at the diagram again, children. Ray of light moving parallel appears to pass through F, and a ray of light appearing to pass through C, double arrow, retraces its path. Okay, I am using 2 rules. Can you see where the 2 rays are coinciding or bisecting? Here, can you see here? This is a point where the 2 rays are coinciding with each other. There you will get a small virtual dotted image A dash, B dash. Right, children? Here where the 2 rays will crisscross each other, you will see that there an image is formed, a small image is formed. Okay, and it is a virtual image. So we will say image is virtual. It is erect. It is diminished. We will use the word diminished because it is smaller in size than the object. So it is diminished. And it is formed between P and F. You can see it is formed in between, this is P and this is F. It is formed between P and F. So this is the second case for convex. Have a look. Ray of light moving parallel appears to pass through F, and ray of light appearing to pass through C, retraces, both of them crisscross here or bisect each other at this point between P and F, and there the image is formed, and it is virtual, it is erect, and it is diminished. Okay, so I want you to draw this diagram also very carefully for convex, children. Okay, and after this we finish with all the cases for concave and convex. Okay, we wind up the different cases for concave and convex mirrors. Okay, so children, remember one thing: in order to be attain perfection in the ray diagram, it's very important for you to follow the rules. Number 1. Secondly, whenever you draw a ray diagram, always use a proper pencil, pointed sharp pencil, a scale, and follow the rules I told you, 2 centimeters, and then you draw a proper curved mirror, see that it is polished, and wherever it is mentioned, wherever the position of the object is to be taken, you will exactly take the object at that point, use a proper scale to draw your diagrams, okay? And whenever you draw a ray diagram, children, remember it's very important to put the arrows and also write the characteristics of the image. It's very interesting, you know, when you sit and you draw and practice again and again, and you will attain perfection, you will love drawing these ray diagrams, and you know, it is very easy to score. It's very easy to score in these ray diagrams. If a ray diagram is asked in the exam, it won't be asked less than 4 marks. So very easily you can score these 4 marks. You have to just draw the diagram and write the characteristics. Okay. So I hope that you have understood the ray diagrams. And now in the next class, children, very quickly I will be doing the uses, different uses for concave and convex mirror. Okay, children. So happy drawing and happy practicing the diagrams. Thank you very much.